Alright, I gotta rip the band-aid off. I gotta take the lollipop out of your mouth. Palworld is not a good game, but holy shit, people have been gassing this thing up like crazy. You got content creators talking about it.
Ready to expect me to draw a moral line.
You have all these sorts of creatures coming out of the woodwork.
But I said she 12 o'clock she 12 o'clock when she off the clock, but she 12 under my...
Talk about their sudden appreciation for shovelware games. I'm gonna set the scene here real quick. I do not like Palworld. It is, in my opinion, not that great of a game. Okay, I think the AI is terrible. I think it handles weirdly, and most of all, it's just shovelware. But today's video is not about my opinions on the gameplay of Palworld, but more so the Jaco Dank teams and I's research on a lot of the controversies surrounding the game, with some of the accusations of plagiarism, AI usage, and maybe even magic. Who knows? But today, I am here to tell you about it. That's so cool. I'm such a great guy for telling you this. If you want to show some appreciation for me being a for me being a stand-up good guy, you know what to do. You know, you can subscribe to my channel. You know, we are on the way to several subscribers now. So, you know, if you want to accompany me on this journey, you can. And there's also some cool content coming out. So, this is my personal recommendation. As a friend, I'm coming to you and saying, if I was you, I'd probably subscribe. But, you know, you don't have to. It's your choice. Fair? Alright, let's get into it. So Palworld was released earlier this month, and it was immediately shrouded in controversy. Number one being that it's pretty clear that there's some sort of great inspiration coming from Pokemon, you know? Because this game was kind of marketed as just being Pokemon with guns, which, you know, it's fine. I guess people are quite upset that, like, some of the designs are similar, but this point is talked about so much. I mean, it's obviously a parody, right? Like, of like, Pokemon, who really cares? Is what I would say if I hadn't taken a look at the library of the fucking developer. If you take a single look at the Steam library, there are other titles, you know, they're all pretty irrelevant, but one immediately stood out to me, being Craftopia, which just seems to be a ripoff of every game imaginable. Like, you got like Fortnite in there.
Mainstream. Wait, that's Fortnite. What the fuck?
Fuck. For some fucking reason, you got like those weird mobile game ads you get when you're trying to fucking play fucking Godscapes in peace.
I just want to take some pictures.
You got everything in there, right? This is the everything game, and it also is pretty similar to Palworld. And if you look at their most recent game, you know, the one that's actually coming up right now, it is just Hollow Knight. Like, these guys could not be more blatant about the way they rip off games, and so it's really important to me is originality, right? I don't like plagiarism. I think it's bad. And, I mean, I don't have to explain to you that this is very clear, but like, just fucking use your eyes. I think the power probably has a right to exist, but I probably would not want to support a developer that just has a tendency of just ripping off kind of everything that comes their way. Especially for $27 for like a game that's pretty clearly just modern day shovelware. Accusations of it like being AI kind of float around, which confused me because I thought, you know, that maybe they thought, people who thought this, thought that like the designs of the Pokemon were AI somehow, like that they wrote like their own little like Mid-Journey variant and plugged them into it. But I don't have a super good understanding of AI. But as far as I know, we are not at the point yet where AI can create entire elaborate games like this. So there are real people behind this, which is shocking. But I'm actually a fan of the fact that I think AI would probably be kind of good for us, right? Because number one, it will enable creatives, right? And it will most importantly, if every lazy person who doesn't actually care about the makers, she just like ChatGPT to like write their scripts or books or whatever, then good, okay? That means it's not lucrative to make like all this shitty content anymore. But the accusation that this is AI doesn't really make sense. I guess maybe they could have used it for the code or some of the art direction. But all this just comes from the idea that they made a game about AI art before. Like, we don't know if this is the case or not, so I think it's pointless to talk about. But I would be confused with what they use AI art for, because I think, you know, some of the artifacts you can tell pretty easily. This blew my mind when I first saw it. This has a ton of players. I genuinely thought this was like some small thing with like maybe 50,000 to 100,000 people playing. No, these guys are pulling more numbers than CSGO did in its prime. Consistently. This game seems to be huge, I guess. I spoke to my friend IRL about this. Nobody's heard of this, but I guess this is probably just the Asian market. I am not going to pretend like I know much about fucking analytics or anything, because I'm just a guy, okay? But it seems really weird how this game is immediately in the top fucking 3 of Steam player numbers of all time. Like bigger than GTA, bigger than CSGO, bigger than Dota, bigger than PUBG. I don't know, it just seems fishy to me. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it is just giant in like another country. I mean, we have no connection to that. The sad thing about all of this is that, you know, I don't have to talk to you about why this game sucks, because my friend Duck is gonna do that, okay, in his video. I'm gonna link his channel down below. You should look forward to that, okay? Because I'm really no expert on like video game mechanics or something like that. But just from my perspective, it's just weird to see something that's so very clearly to like anybody who's played like more than fucking Doodle Jump on their mom's iPad, that this is just kind of like a soulless cash grab. I mean, it clearly seems to work because the game did have a pretty high budget, so people do seem to buy this kind of stuff. It's like the most popular thing. I think it's kind of disheartening to see. But thanks a lot for watching. I am really, really appreciative of the support I'm receiving. Like, it is genuinely, I can't comprehend it. Like, that so many people are like watching my stuff now. So I'm genuinely so thankful, because this is so cool to me that like there's like all these people who care about what I have to say now. Let me know what you think about Palworld. Have you played it? And until next time, do not microwave your hamster. That is bad. It will die.